LiberalViewer presents.
So the best skit on the season premiere of Saturday Night Live last weekend was the opener in which Jay Pharoah took on the role of President Barack Obama, who, despite bad economic news and other problems, was not too worried about the election because of the secret weapon he explained here.
Our campaign has a secret weapon, and that secret weapon is speaking right now in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Mitt Romney. And I understand the hardships facing ordinary Americans. For example, this summer, one of my horses failed to medal at the Olympics, so I know hardship.
Isn't it great?
That was pretty great, and the reason the satire about Romney being Obama's secret weapon was so biting was because the Republican candidate has repeatedly made statements showing lack of empathy for the struggles of average Americans, and that Romney reality came pretty close to the SNL secret weapon satire a couple days later, when secret video of Romney talking to some of his wealthy donors in Florida last May was published by Mother Jones magazine, including this most scandalous clip.
There are 47% of the people who will vote for the president no matter what. All right, there are 47% who are with him, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they are victims, who believe that government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they are entitled to health care, to food, to housing, to you name it. But it's an entitlement, and the government should give it to them. And they will vote for this president no matter what. And I mean, the president starts off with 48, 49, 40, he starts off with a huge number. These are people who pay no income tax. 47% of Americans pay no income tax. So our message of low taxes doesn't connect. And he'll be out there talking about tax cuts for the rich. I mean, that's what they sell every 4 years. And so my job is not to worry about those people. I'll never convince them that they should take personal responsibility and care for their lives.
Wow. 47% of Americans are victims who won't take responsibility for their lives? That claim's scandalous, especially because almost 2/3 of those people have payroll taxes that tax them at a higher rate than Mitt Romney pays. And unlike previous Romney gaffes, like the one where he said he liked being able to fire people who provide him services, or the one where he said he doesn't care about the poor, the full context doesn't make this gaffe any better, and all those gaffes together, along with several others, have painted a picture of Romney as someone who just doesn't empathize with a large segment of the American population, which is why it's not so surprising the SNL secret weapon satire seems so predictive of the Romney gaffe scandal that followed, though it was also amusing to hear Mitt Romney himself seem to recognize his own susceptibility to SNL satire during those same secretly recorded remarks, as you can see in this clip.
I was asked to go on Saturday Night Live. I did not do that, in part because you want to show that you're fun and you're a good person, but you don't want to. You also want to be presidential. And Saturday Night Live has the potential of looking slapstick and not presidential.
I guess it's not the SNL slapstick that's the real problem, it's the satire pointing out Mitt Romney's inability to show empathy with a large segment of the American population, and more importantly, his policies, which he seemed to admit aren't going to help at least 47% of Americans, which is why the SNL satire was so devastating, and so devastatingly accurate, I think, but I want to know what you think. Did the Saturday Night Live satire of Mitt Romney's gaffes predict the Romney 47% scandal that followed? And on the bigger question, is the lack of empathy for so many Americans in Mitt Romney's persona and his policies the real secret weapon of the Obama campaign?
YouTube, you decide.